Here's what I'd tell you if we were at Earl's on a hot summer night, maybe not even one glass of wine in, still waiting for our drinks. Do you know Rachmaninoff? It's piano. Fucking hard piano. I have a grade 8 Royal Conservatory certificate it took years to achieve. Rachmaninoff is maybe grade 10, 12. I have no idea. It's out of my league. The woman we bought our house from is a nut, a cool nut, but a nut nonetheless. Taught high school science, wife of a psychology prof who believed in energy levels and all kinds of envelope-pushing shit. They were missionaries in India and bought the house from an architect who dropped acid so he could design better mental hospitals. She walks everywhere and used to write vicious letters to the editor and call the cops on the restaurant across the street if the music was too loud, even if it was a wedding. She is direct and has zero time for bullshit, or what she qualifies as bullshit, which is most everything. Almost mean, but not quite. Twinkle eyes, not much tolerance for what you wonder about. She decided to learn Rachmaninoff in her 70s, and because she tolerates me occasionally, she played for me once in her piano room at her new condo. I turned the pages as her fingers flew. I can read music, and still, it was difficult to keep up. Her gnarled hands dominating the keys. That music is powerful and intense. And it's not even that you have to be highly skilled, you have to be strong. For her 85th birthday, she rented the shoebox at the university. You know that theater? Not the big one in Riddell. It's the tiny little black box next to it. It's the weirdest thing. It's adorable and cool, like a vibey New York set. All black, maybe 100 seats. It's perfect. She also rented the famous $250,000 piano that I swear has its own full-time staff member plus special humidifiers. And she wore a floor-length black jersey gown and let her gray hair wave around her shoulders. And she played the shit out of Rachmaninoff for her birthday party. And then we all went out in the atrium and drank iced tea and coffee and ate cake in the sun. She had crumbs all over the front of her dress, and she was the most beautiful person in that room. It was spectacular. She was alive, those blue eyes dancing. I know that's cheesy, dancing, but they were, I swear it. I decided I wanted to do something in that room, something. And I didn't want to wait to be 85, even though I could have a smoke after if I did. A couple of weeks or so later, I left for a 2-week writing residency in Halifax, and within a day had to sign up to pitch my book project to a room full of strangers and famous writers and a woman who had been my idol for over 20 years. My voice was calm and measured, even as my insides shredded, and I realized, I like this. I flew home and signed up for improv with a room full of 20-somethings at most. Some not even, and fell madly in love with playing. When it ended, I enrolled in stand-up comedy, even though successful comics swear you just have to do it. Thing is, I'd learned I had to fight for room for me, so I needed a receipt and a schedule to get it. I practiced while the kids in the class mostly went on their phones. Sometimes they scoffed, occasionally they laughed. Some of us are still good friends, and I love them very much. I went early to practice and showed up by myself on open mic Monday nights, putting my name in the hat and watching as people dug deep and were vulnerable. I saw audiences turn away from me and felt others lean in. I took notes and revised and practiced like my life depended on it, and I fell for a couple of drug addicts who sang and played guitar with a raw beauty I hadn't seen for a long time. I performed in a club in New York, and the manager became a friend, and he still messages me in the middle of the night to go to parties in Soho. And the comic I work with emails to check in, and she sent me a book in the mail, which might be the quickest way to my heart. People came up to me after I was done to say hi and thank you, and I loved that. The stand-up class final project was a 3-minute bit in the shoebox, like I'd called it into being just like that. My own moment, and not even 85. I stood on that stage in that intimate black room in the spotlight, and I adjusted the mic and took a deep breath, and I did that thing almost, it felt like, without even trying. And fuck, I was magic inside. I'm doing it, all of it. What I used to lull myself to sleep with, the what ifs and the some days, I'm making it real. I'm my very own Velveteen Rabbit, shabby but alive. Our drinks are here, I think.